guys, Roseanne here from Roseanne's Crafting Corner. I've just finished doing the book ends for my journal, and I thought I'd stay in and maybe do something else. I mean, I'd coloured that yesterday thinking I might have too much resin, so it's still here waiting to be done. I've just accidentally tipped half of that into the resin I've just mixed. About 300 grams with half a ton of powder in. I hope it works. Anyway, I'll put you down. My bookends are still here, so I'm going to have to transfer them over to somewhere if I can, so they don't interfere with this. Right, I'll get you down. So I've mixed some gold. Take a lot of mixing because I tried to get as much out as I could that was dry on the top. I hope I haven't ruined the pot of the mix, because it's quite expensive, the big pots. Anyway, I'm going to do some runes. See if it's clean. There's a hair in that one. Look, it's all over my hands and everywhere. Oh, terrible. That's not too bad. Right, now then, what am I gonna use to pour it in? I've got some little spoons here, measuring spoons from the kitchen that I don't use, so I might use that. Oh dear, I hope it's mixed in properly. Done the best I can. Right, where are we? Now then, it's all nice and cleaned out, so I'll get some in there and try to pour it in from there. And if I do make a mess, it's easy enough cleaned up. I don't know why I didn't pour it into the spoon. It might have made it easier if I had, instead of having it all running down the sides. Oops. easier to pour now. Silly me. As close to the top as I can, and then when they shrink, they'll shrink flat. I think I got these measuring spoons from a charity shop. Can't remember where. Probably Hastings somewhere, when I lived down in Hastings. I'll clean the top off as I go. Anyway, what you're all up to? I hope you're having fun. So a lot of people I chat to, they've been really nice just lately. Word got out that I'd been verbally attacked by my neighbours. Now you only need to tell one dog walker and all the dog walkers stick up for each other, which is nice. And they stop me in the street and they're saying, don't you pay any attention to people like that. They haven't got a clue. That's made me feel a lot better with people saying that they had no right. try to get them as even as possible. There's something in that one. Oopsie daisy. Easy cleaned off. I think I'm going to have more than enough here this time. What can I make? I don't know. I haven't got anything on until Wednesday. My plaster's coming on Wednesday. I've been trying to get all the sticky off the wall from them stupid stick-on tiles that you can get for walls, to make them look like a painted wall. I wish I'd never got them. Pain in my life they are, trying to get them off. But the plasterer said he'd finish that bit for me. Because I mean, I only managed to do a small wall. I got the sander out and sanded as much of it down as I possibly could. It helped get some of the backing paper off that was still stuck to the wall. So once the plastering's been done, I can paint it, and then the wallpaper that I bought for my lounge, I'm not going to put that up. I'm just going to sell it, and I'm just going to paint, because I shouldn't even have bought the paper, because I knew that I couldn't decorate anymore. It's just too much for me, even though I've tried. I mean, the little hallway's been decorated twice since I moved in. I've been here, what, 5 years? And I decorated and the wallpaper was too dark, so I pulled that off. And then I got the what looks like bricks on large tiles. And then I ended up pulling that off because it was so uneven, it was awful. So I've come to the conclusion that it's going to be easier for me if my walls are just painted. Right, anybody need a top up? God, there's millions of bubbles. You can see all of them bursting. And like I say, if I dome them a little, they should be nice and flat once they've once they've shrunk, because most resin shrinks. I'll have to get on my eBay store and put a load of more stuff in, because I haven't got half the stuff I've made lately on there. Not that it'll sell. I mean, it doesn't really sell that well, does it? No matter how hard you work on them, which is a shame. Millions of bubbles coming up. Right, let's have a look. I'm definitely going to have to find something else to put it in. Now then, I need to scrape a bit up. A bit there. I'll get to them in a minute. I'll just pop that down there. That bit up. And that bit up. Right. Now then. Oops. Trust me to dip it in. Trust me. I hope everybody can see you okay. I've made a couple of sets of runes, but I've never really chosen to learn to read the runes. Maybe I should. Maybe I should. I've had the tarot cards for years, and I've never really mastered the art of reading them. I have to keep on looking at the meanings all the time, because nothing will stay in. Which is a shame. I'd love to be one of these people that can hang on to the information, like many of you out there. But my brain is not capable of hanging on to it because I haven't got anywhere for it to go. Oh, good job I went down there, because that was a hare. I'm just making matters worse, I think. I'm just making matters worse. Oh, come on, just do it. Oops. Not very steady hands. Not very steady at all. I'm going to leave them top ones. Right, I need to get all those bubbles out of there if I can. Millions of bubbles. Right, now I need to go around the edge of this underneath, because knowing my luck, I'll end up with loads of bubbles. So I'll do the top edge and the bottom edge. Beautiful colour. When I was walking around the hospital yesterday, when I went for my MRI scan, I mean, it was just on my head since I had my ears tested, and I've had loads of infections and that. They were just wondering if there was anything deeper that they couldn't see. So that's why they wanted the MRI scan done. I'm not going to fill this right up to the top yet, because I want to go around it and make sure there's no bubbles going to form. should use one of my pokey things if I've got one. It's not a proper pokey one though, is it? It'll go in all the cracks and crevices. That'll do. That will do. Now then. That was a nice big bubble. Right, inside edge. Inside edge. I'll have to see if I can acquire some cocktail stirrers. They're nice and small. Once I've done this, I'm going to go and sit myself down. Oh, I've got a cup of tea in there. I've just thought of that. Sit myself down, have my cup of tea and watch some of you guys, as many as I can, because I've got another meditation session later on and I don't want to forget about that. Of course, for this I didn't wait for it to heat up. I just went ahead and poured it, because if I waited for it to heat up, it might have got too solid with me accidentally dropping the gold in it. Now then, I've got quite a bit left and in there, so I might still use that, I don't know. Depends on what I find to put together. There now, let's have a look, see what I've got. Ooh, my hands are all sticky. Right, now then. How many teddies can I get out of it? Right. Now then, put that over there. I'll put that there. Make some more stud earrings. Somebody actually bought some at the craft fair I went to. Leave it too long if I can help it. So it's all right. Okay. Not that it matters. It's not like, it's not black. It's more of a brown. That's you'll only get the neighbours complaining, even if you have only got a little bark. Right. Here we go. Now then, it's easier just to pour this over and then and scrape it down. Right. Still got loads of bubbles in it, so I'm going to have to be careful. To get something else. Of course, any of the bits that get cut off, they'll just go into my extras bag, and then when I need some different colours for fillers, I can use them then. All right, Bubba. I know, baby. You're a good girl. You are. You're a good girl. Warning Mummy that somebody was coming. Yeah. Now then, what can I scrape the rest into? Oh, 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 oh. Da, 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 da. I might have to use the lolly stick next. Something smaller. Lolly stick. Why? Why are they dipping that way? Shouldn't be dipping at all. Should you? That's it, that one. And that one. I mean, none of this might even set because of the amount of powder that I spilt into it. I hope it does, though. Be good if it does. I think Polly wants to play. Polly. Molly. I have to get used to her name. Definitely have to get used to her name because when I get her chipped, I've told her I'm calling her Molly. Ooh. It's definitely thickening up. I'm going to scrape this out before it gets too thick. I'm just going to have to be a little bit more careful in future because that was a lot of mica powder to lose, especially if it's not going to set. Probably just enough to fill this. waste, but I can't help that because it's so thick in the bottom with the mica powder. I could have made some more resin up, but you could go on forever doing that. And I wouldn't have the space to put everything, so I did my best. That's the best I can do. Right, where's the gun? Where's the gun? Gun. Stop pinching Mummy's things, you know. You can't keep pinching Mummy's bits and pieces. Oh, cup of tea. Oh, that's nice. Once again, with the amount of mica powder that's in it, it's going to hold the bubbles anyway. Oof. Unfortunately. They're not looking too bad. You can definitely see them all. Now I can't use the gun. Put these straight in the wash. They're absolutely covered in mica powder. You won't like that, Lily. You won't like to be near that smell, darling. Will you? Wet wipes. A bit wetter. I wonder if that's what they use to paint their bodies when they're doing them art things in the town. When you see a a body absolutely covered in a colour, and they stand there like a statue. I wonder if it's mica powder they use. Probably not. Ooh, now how did I do that? I've got a cut on the middle of my hand. That's since I've been using my rollator to go on long walks. Right, so I'm going to have to leave them. I wonder if I can get a... God, look at all them bubbles. Right, where's the stick? Shouldn't have done that. I shouldn't have done that. Should leave it and just wait for them to dry. Just trim it all off. Come on. Oops, I don't want that hair in there. Still not there. Did I get it? Yes, I did that time. Now then, how on earth I'm going to rinse that out? I think I'm going to lose that one. For sure. I've got a big 5 litre, 4 litre drum of alcohol, so I've got plenty if I need it. I wonder if you can make a waterfall out of measuring spoons. How stupid, eh? Daft idea. I just suddenly had a vision of everything cascading out of it. Excuse me. me on the scales. Not long since been cleaned off. Got a clue how I'm going to do this. It might be a case of using the 4-litre thing. Course, like an idiot, I'm not wearing gloves, so I'm bound to get it on my hands. Definitely a long job, this. I'm getting it all on the outside too, off my hands. What a patient little girl you are, aren't you, Molly, eh? Aren't you, eh? What a patient little girl you are. That's absolutely gorgeous. You are, aren't you? Hey, you're absolutely gorgeous, my darling. I know, sweetheart. That's because I mentioned your name, isn't it? Oh. I might end up throwing that out, actually. Ooh. Right, ladies and gents. I've done all I can for now. Can you stick off? I know, darling, I know. Just go around the edge. Try not to touch the middle. Worst off. That'll do. Right, I'm going to leave them now. Still loads of flaming bubbles. Millions of them. But it would take me far too long to get them all out. Hopefully they won't show on the out casing. And that's just a coaster for me. Right, guys, I'll let you go. I won't bore you anymore. And we'll be back for the demoulding. Bye for now. Morning, guys. It's the next day and everything's all nicely cured. So I'm going to take them all out for you. See how we've done. Now then, I mean, I knew they would have bubbles in because of the amount of mica powder I'd dropped in. I knew there would be a problem with bubbles, but that looks okay. Nice mandala coaster. It doesn't matter about the bubbles. Lots of bits of extras. I'll have to think about what I can do with my extras because I've got a bag absolutely full of them. Of course, it's all static when you take it off, so it sticks to everything that you don't want it to stick to. There's another one. If I can make it clean without having to wash it, that'd be handy. Anyway, that's that one. Let's see. I think there's a lot of these with no legs. Like I say, there was a lot of bubbles in there. Any with all the legs? There's not one of them with all the legs. I mean, it was too thick by the time I got to putting the resin in. It was very, very thick. I'm sure I can do something with them. I might be able to fix them so they don't look too bad, but it'll only be with UV resin. Really, I should have got something big like that coaster to put the rest of the resin in, with it being so thick. But you learn, don't you? You learn by your mistakes. Next time, I'll remember, if it is too thick, to put it in something large so that it's got a chance. That's them all out. Oh, all but one. Right, let's have a look at these. Lots of tiny teddies. I mean, it's mostly the two bottom feet that are lacking some bits. And that one's got a little hole in its chest. But give me something to do later on and I'll, I mean, look at that one. It looks as if it's got a leg that's been pushed in and broken. That's because I forgot when I cleaned it out to push it back out. Never mind. Right. Let's see how the runes did. Bubbles, bubbles, bubbles. I mean, you can see a few bubbles in there, right on the edge. Now that's a plain one. I mean, there's a few bubbles in there, but not major. Let's have a look at these ones. Oh. Right. And that's got a few bubbles. A biggish one there. And one in that corner. And a little bit in that corner. All four corners. Never mind. So that's like a Y shape. I might just use these ones myself and try to make some more with some resin that's not too thick. Each corner on that one as well. Same with that one, four corners. 4 corners again. And again the 4 corners. Right. That one's not too bad. Tiny, tiny little bubbles, but hardly noticeable. On the 4 corners of that one. Again the 4 corners. I might just round the corners off rather than try and fill them in. I mean, you can see how bubbly the stuff was because that is absolutely covered in bubbles on the side there. Don't know if you can see them. Yeah. It's another plain one. I'll have to do a bit of studying and see how it's explained. That one's not too bad. Yeah, I'm just going to file the corners, give them all that shape, and there's another clear one. Right. 1. So, yeah, all 4 corners. It makes it even if they're all the 4 corners. Oh, there's only 3 corners done on that one. That one as well, 4 corners. So at least they're all the same. An easy fix. Very easy fix. Another plain one. I think there's about 4 plain ones. Right. So that's all them. And then I made this. And I went round both the top and the bottom on the inside, hoping that I'd get rid of all the bubbles. So I got rid of all the bubbles on the top, but not on the bottom. Now that will have to be filled in with a little bit of UV resin because that's quite deep, but the rest's okay. Now then, a little bit of trimming to do on this. Fingers crossed it's okay on the bottom, or should I say the top now. Nice colour. Nice colour. So far so good. So it's perfect on there. No bubbles. No bubbles. I did well on that one. And that fits on there. Nice little trinket jar. What do you think, guys? I definitely like the colour of it. I must have scraped the bottom of it there because it's there's no colour on that tiny bit, and there's a little bit faded there. But other than that, that is absolutely gorgeous. So I did plenty there. little trinket jar, the mandala coaster, the runes, and the little teddies. So I've got, like I say, I've got the teddies. I'll have to do something with the teddies because they're not going to do with no arms. Right. Thanks very much for watching, guys. I hope you have a fabulous day, and I will see you again soon.